y'all. This is Mary Campbell. I'm a medium. I'm speaking to you from the heart of Texas, where I live on a ranch with my family and all my animals. Boy, let me tell you, talk about a rough start. You know, I always recommend people do what you fear because you never know what the rewards are on the other side. Well, today, let me tell you, I jumped off the cliff because the show is over a half hour late. It's my first show, and oh my goodness. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy you're here. And so let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've connected with spirit my whole life. From childhood, I could see and speak with spirit, angels, and remember my past lives. I was told I lived in an imaginary world, which kind of meant my world was colorful, but everyone else's was black and white. So go figure. Anyway, I just ended up keeping mum because everyone would tell me the people in my room were just my imagination. And I didn't really see him or talk to him or anything. So I just kept it to myself. Then later in my teen years, boy, a lot of spirit people started visiting me and a lot started going on. So I decided to just put spirit in the background, except keep my angels with me because I've always been able to see angels and talk to them and ask for help. So I kept them with me. And fast forward to adulthood. So then, by now, my kids are grown and gone, and spirits started knocking on my door again. So I started training, and now I connect with your loved ones in spirit, and I teach you how to talk to your loved ones in spirit. I also provide intuitive guidance, and this is for like love, relationships, career, work. I've trained at Arthur Findlay College in the UK, and I've also trained at Lilydale Spiritualist Community in New York, as well as world-class mediums and leaders of consciousness. So here we are. I'm also an author of the Maggie Moose Trucks children's books, and a co-author in 2 other books. Currently, I'm working on my book, Unleash the Medium, and that will be out 2021. And it's really 8 keys to unlocking your ability to speak with spirit, and it's for everyday, extraordinary people, just like you. So go to my website, marycampbell.com, to learn more about me, and I have a free gift waiting for you there. It's a 15-minute guided gratitude meditation, no skills needed, and it's like 15 minutes of bliss. So today, Spirit told me to talk to you about spirit guides. And I'm not sure how much you know or what, so I'm going to share what I believe. Many years ago, I had a reading from a professional channel. During this reading, she brought through my spirit guide Running Horse, a Native American Indian. And the backstory was that apparently many lifetimes ago, I was one of his many wives, and he treated me badly. So he came forth because he wanted to help make my world a little bit easier. So she told me, well, just ask him to do things like get the parking space in front of the store or other tasks like that. He'll help you. So that's what I did. Except I'm always running a little bit late. So I would ask him, okay, Running Horse, get me there on time. I got to get there on time. And sure enough, I would get there on time. So those are the kind of favors I asked him. Ironically, I was taking a spirit art class from UK medium Lynn Cottrell. And in our class, she wanted us to sketch a guide using pastels. And so we were just supposed to connect the crayon, pastel crayon, to the paper and sketch. No thinking, just free flow, just do it. And Spirit's going to help you. So I drew a Native American guide. And I kept looking at him thinking, gosh, he seems so familiar, but I couldn't place him. And it wasn't until this morning when Spirit told me talk about spirit guides that I realized it was my guide running horse. So let me show you the sketch I did of him. Here he is. Whoops. Let's see. Can you see him okay? Whoops. There. There he is. I'm not a professional artist. This is totally spirit guided. So, anyway, I wanted you to know that you have guides too. And they're discarnate beings, which means that they don't have a physical body. But they get attracted to you for your soul unfoldment here on Earth. They're here to help you in many different ways. They help you with inspiration. They help you with synchronicities. But the thing is, you have to do the work. Like Running Horse was here to help me with tasks. I still had to drive carefully to get there on time, and I still had to choose the best routes. But somehow, it always worked out. He got me there, and I'm like, how did that happen? He really warped time. So guides can really be beneficial. We don't always know what our guides look like because it depends on what senses you use. Like, I'm a very visual person, so I see guides, my guides, and I also see other people's guides. And I want to show you a sketch that I did of a guide when I was studying or training with spirit artist Mia Ottoson. And we had to do a sketch in pastels for somebody else for their guide. And this was the one that I did. Let's see. Can you see that okay? I can't tell where the camera is. I'll get this down. Anyway, so I did want you to know that many times our guides work in the background. We don't really know who they are or what their names are, but they are around us, helping us. And do they have names? Well, names aren't supposed to be that important, but I kind of like to know names. So all my guides have names. And names have come to me or they've been told to me. So that's how I like to roll. But why are they coming here? Well, they come here to help you learn your soul lessons. And how do you connect with your guides? Well, any desire for some kind of spiritual development or soul progression, you set your intention, and that attracts them here to help you. Or you can go through other mediums who will also tell you who they are. And the thing is, you can have guides that are with you for a while, but then they change. But I have, like, right now, a core group of guides that work with me. And I'm sure, like you, have a bunch of guides that you don't even know who they are yet. So many people believe if you want to connect with spirit people, you have to have guides to do that. Like somebody who controls the gate, which I don't really work that way. I like to keep things simple and without all this ritual stuff. So the way I work is I just go straight to spirit. And my spirit team really is kind of like how your family is when you're going to do something and they support you, or your friends. That's how my spirit team works with me. They're supportive of me when I go in my special time. It's not really a meditation. I like to call it a discipline, where I set aside time to be quiet and connect with them. Then I have my conversations with my spirit team. But when I'm going to do mediumship readings, they're just there for support, but I'm the link, because we all have the power within us. And that's how you can go direct. The power within you really is connection to divine source, and that source of whatever belief system you have for what source is for you. So it's different for everybody. But Why would you want to know your guides? Well, it's a comfort knowing them, especially in these troubled times. The thing about spirit guides is you still have to do the work in life. They can inspire you, help you with synchronicities in life and more. But, you know, like getting to my places on time, Running Horse gets me there, but I still have to make choices like what routes to take and to drive carefully. And then I want to tell you another story. When my dog Scotty passed, I saw him pass, and I was very attached to him, like I'm sure some of you are to your pets that are in spirit. After that happened, then all of a sudden, spirit animals started coming to me. Before, I always could kind of talk to animals here on Earth, but then the spirit animals came. And then one day, I realized I had a Palomino horse named Goldie. And I'm like, okay. And Goldie was here to help me connect better with spirit animals. So one time I had a reading with the medium, the UK medium, Tony Stockwell. And he said, you have a Palomino horse as one of your guides. And I thought, oh my gosh, thank God I'm not going crazy. I really do have one. So when you start learning about your guides, you might have that little crazy moment. Is this real or is this made up? So just trust it. You know, Spirit always says, just trust. So throw yourself over the cliff and just believe it. But during that time with Tony Stockwell, he also told me I had another guide, an Aborigine man. And I'm like, really? Whoa. So I took that information. I didn't have a name or anything, but that was okay. Then a few days later, this cat showed up on the ranch. And I was looking at the cat, and there was like the shape, the coloration, the shape of the map of Australia. He was a white and gray cat. And I went, wow, that's so cool. Looks just like Australia on his hind leg. So, of course, I take a million pictures. You'll see if you follow me on social media. I take tons of pictures. And when a medium friend of mine looked at one of the photos, she said, I'm just looking at a little note here. She said that she saw the face of an Aborigine man on that map of Australia. And I looked again, and I'm like, whoa, it's true. It's true. It was just so coincidental, or really spirit driven. So you never know how they're going to show up. But how do you connect with your guides? One time I attended a spiritualist church in the U.S. It was this little teeny church. I mean, really little. And the medium for the day told me that there was a Native American woman standing right in front of me, right in front of my face. That's what he said. And she was a guide, and she wanted to work with me, and she was like wondering, come on, girl, get with it, start working. And so, let's see. So he said her name was Two Feathers. Well, this helped me, knowing the name and knowing who she was, really helped me prime the pump. In other words, it got me going. Like, oh, okay, I have a Native American Indian woman, her name's Two Feathers. And then I could start conversing with her, and then pretty soon the visual of what she looked like came to me. And so it was really helpful to have somebody tell me who my guide was. But it's not necessary, but it is nice. Another time, I asked Spirit to send me a healing guide to work with, because all of a sudden I was getting all these requests to help people. And so I was walking down the street with my dog, and then all of a sudden this vision came to me from the sky, literally. And it was this American Indian. And I just knew his name. It was Crow Dog. And so he's like my healing guide. So when people ask for prayers for healing, I ask him to help too, to help me to be better. And so, like I said, you never know how or when they're going to show up. And then I wanted some other, well, no, I take that back. I didn't request other guides. They just showed up. One day when I'm praying for this person's healing, all of a sudden I saw these 3 angels. And it was like the person was on a table in front of me, and one angel was at the head, one in the middle, and one at the feet. And they had their hands down like that. And they were praying over the person. And miracles and miracles. That person got well. So just trust Spirit. You want to know your guides, there is a way to find them. I have so many more stories about that. But before I take calls, I want you to know if you would like a reading or how to find out about your spirit guides, book a private session with me. I have a $50 off special for a first-time caller if you book before the next show. And the code to use for the discount, the special, is A1R, like the radio. So go to my website, marycampbell.com with an I, and let's get going and take a call. Let's see, we have Tracy in Barnsley, England, UK is ready. So let's try it.
Hi.
Okay, Hi, Tracy.
Hi. Hi.
How can I help you?
Can you tell me what's coming? Anything good coming up for me? Anything else to look forward to?
Can I tell you anything about what?
Can you see what's coming forward for me?
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding you.
No. Can you tell me? Can you tell me what's coming in for me? What's coming in your future? What's going to happen in your future?
What's what?
Can you give me a reading on what's going to happen in the near future? Can you give me a reading and tell me what's going to happen?
Oh, what's good for you? What's coming up? I'm sorry, misunderstanding there. I apologize for that. What's coming up for you, Tracy? I like your name, Tracy. I feel like you're going to be going down another path from what you're currently doing right now. And I know you're in the UK and you're on lockdown, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter because I feel like something else is going to come up for you. And it's going to be a better opportunity from what you're doing.
Right.
And it's almost like you're going to uncover treasure. I mean, I just see a lot of good things coming with this. So I want you to trust that it's going to come.
Right.
And just stay positive and know. And, it really depends also what you would like for your life. Like, you can always make a vision board of things you like. Do you know how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, because that would really dial it in a lot quicker if you did that. Put the images on a board and look at them and really have feeling about it. Because I feel like you're on a path right now, and you're kind of going to go into another unknown opportunity that I feel that you should trust. It's something different, and change isn't easy, but I do feel like it will be good for you.
Right.
Would any of that make sense for you?
No, not really. No. Could you elaborate more?
Well, I want you to trust, because I feel like your course is going to change. There's going to be a different direction going to go, but it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. That Okay. Do we have another caller?
Yeah.
3 minutes. Oh, okay. We only have 3 minutes left. So why don't we pull a card to set your week off? Here's some of my favorite cards. And let's see what I pull. Oh, this kind of goes with Tracy's. Here it is. It's time to step into the journey of the unknown. Believe that you will find the path of truth. And Tracy, I hope you're still listening, because I really feel like this card really is for you, and this goes with what I was telling you. So I hope you trust that, even if it seems like it doesn't make any sense. Oh, sorry, folks, we're almost out of time. Thank you for your patience. It's my first show, so I really appreciate the support. But before I sign off, it was a great show today, even though it started a little funny. But thank you all for spending your time. I appreciate you. And don't forget to go to my website, book your private session, get your 50 off, use the code A1R, book it before next week's show, and I look forward to next week. And join the Facebook group, Unleash the Medium. You can post your questions there, and I'll answer them on the air. And I so cannot wait to see you. So I'm signing off from the great state of Texas on the ranch where I live. Happy trails, and I'll see y'all next week.